In the beginning there was nothing. All was darkness. Say. There was nothing at all. Only the mother.
Only the mother.
She was Aluna. She was pure thought without form. She began to think.
She began to think.
The mother conceived the world in the darkness.
The mother conceived the world in the darkness.
She conceived us as ideas, as we think out a house before we begin to make it
As we
real.
think out a house before we begin to make it real.
She spun the thread,
She spun the thread, spinning us all in the story, creating us in thought.
Creating us in thought. And then came the light, and the world was real.
And then came the light, and the world was real.
I first met Shibalata when he was 50. I was 48. He's 70 now. Around 20,000 Kogui live here, the heartland. They have no wheel, no writing, and do not welcome strangers. They believe their job is to take care of the world. Shibalata is called a mama. It means enlightened. He's training his daughter, who uses the name Francisca. The mamas said they wanted to work with me because the world is sick and dying, and we have to understand that. They decided to abandon centuries of caution and warn us. I came to the Sierra Nevada in 1988. Alan Herrera working for the BBC. The Mamas said they wanted to send out a message.
I'm here. We all are here to give a warning.
The animals die, the trees dry up, people become ill. Many new illnesses will appear. There will be no cure or medicine for them.
They say that we mutilate the world because we do not remember the Great Mother.
That unless we do something, the world is coming to an end.
He has destroyed so much. Does he see? No. Understand? No. Start to understand, or what will happen? Right, that's it.
Then they waited, watched, and listened to nature.
A major earthquake hit Japan Friday afternoon, causing widespread devastation.
Predicts searing droughts, epic floods.
ماشي كجبا أزواجي مشتاق جاهنكا أبزق نيوي تبصق نيوبا أنا جاهز نيوي سينز نقاسين نعم أقهي هنا لودي هناني أبي أخشى نقهناني هي تابعني هي جيسال لانجويج خنقلا هي نوني هي جيسال لانجويج خنقلا كوجوان في هنقا شنو نالجن هاي سيجوي هي سواما غوتشا شنو نالجن هاي صحيقة نيبوي هاي خاكينا منغا وتيجي نستون غوتشا ياسن خاتو تيجي غنيميل هذا سخيتا هاي فرنسي أخرجوا كايقا الكوالين كنا نقول Ai parecer em terra jucaiaga e quase
I'd stayed in touch for 20 years, but not been summoned before. In the meantime, I'd retired. I had no BBC helicopter, and a Kogui had learned to use a camera. They wanted to show our scientists the way nature interconnects, so together we constructed a plan.
Hello?
Oh, hello. This is Alan Herrera.
Yes, hello there.
I'm phoning to confirm our order for thread.
Right, okay. Where will you want it delivered to?
This is something I need to discuss with the Indians. There is a real possibility that they may come to you to collect it.
call this the civilized world. It's a sort of joke. Here they have no address, no documents, no identity. They speak no Spanish, have no signatures. For them, shoes would break the connection between humans and the earth. Without shoes, you're not allowed to board a plane.
I think we're going to need 400 kilometers of gold thread.
400 kilometers, yes, okay, fair enough. Is that a fairly precise amount?
There's no way of being really precise about it, is there? I think the question is, how long is a piece of string?
Do come through and let me show you the machine that's made this gold thread, which I've made for you here. Now the thread is made by pushing a core yarn through a pipe here, and the wire laps around it, and it runs onto a reel at the bottom here.
Haba, Guchak, Kasak, She, Kalguashanga, Hadasranguanga, Hadashukuanga, Nibun Kajani, Shibaksak Shagunanani, Nukane, Shizangake, Amma Aksha, Wakush Nilakana, Nanki, Kiga Hoja Kanjak.
It all seems so obvious to them. Places are linked by a black thread of invisible thought. Gold is linked to Aluna, it never decays. But what's that to us? We arranged a meeting with a world-renowned astronomer to see if the Kogui picture of the universe can make sense as science.
I'd like to begin by asking the Kogui view of the world, how large it is and its form.
Ne, Ekhana yak mokwe, nahi ikibenga, hat hameshgutuka, se, habas hatese, arlegets hatese, nigchiga, habase.
Their picture of the universe is never going to be yours.
No, because I have seen things that they couldn't possibly imagine.
But then what you talk about are things that the rest of the normal human race can't imagine.
It's not that complicated.
Well, I hear the words dark energy.
Well, dark energy is a recent discovery.
When you say dark energy, what are you talking about?
It's a property probably of space that we haven't yet understood, that makes the universe accelerate. And it's a mystery at the moment.
But it fills all space?
It fills all space. It could take another 100 years before we really finally understand what's going on.
iku kagune ay hay kaga akawa magwe iku kagune amma hay hatanya tayo ka saka rumaya amma iku kanena sang hay eswama hatan pa ko chiwa kama gitsha rumaya amma chekwe enyeki agunga zaiga.
And these nodes are intersections with the material world and the darkness, is that right? I'm trying to understand whether the Kogui can grasp the idea of learning something new from an instrument like a telescope, the concept of discovery.
I think that their notion of acquiring knowledge is the opposite of ours. I think our notion is that each generation knows more than the one before. And theirs is that each generation knows less than the one before.
No sangwes na kaya sinanalji to ay jiktina chapana itungwa sungze na hizna kahikine tungwa sungze saka eka ay makia tawa han hagitung ay gwasungze nugne chinilakana henki na hiki hikina koy ne alnas ki tung hana henni iki hata hen chik kiyana abahana na qali henni aluna ji iki ne ma hiki ne nizangu na kai tung wasungze.
Here he is in London learning completely new things that he couldn't possibly have imagined in his village. Most people would say that experience changes you, maybe irreversibly. But I don't get that impression looking at the Mama. I get the impression that he has a vision and his purpose is to tell us that vision, and that's why he's here. What we see through the telescope, so this is a picture of a small part of the sky, and what we see is lots of systems of stars that we couldn't see without the telescope.
And then let's see him.
That's a star, yeah. That is one star by itself. Mama has found the one star in this, a single isolated star in this picture straight away.
That's
right.
But we cannot see it.
Why couldn't we learn from them?
Ai Fransai ajukahiga I quadringa nangulita ai parecerente ajukahiga I quadringa nangulita.
The Mamas set out to trace a black line along the shore, joining specific sites by the mouths of the rivers. These, they say, connect directly with locations on the mountain and are where they used to do their work before the modern world took over and changed things.
약속하나 기겠지 12코에 후보와 있다고 12코 하게 나가려면 이게 캐스팅인 거 받는구나 12코에 나가나 이거 그때 놓고 치약 enuk nature haba hate to hate.
The sites may have been destroyed, but that's the point of the journey. The gold thread will be laid. The hidden line will be revealed.
Zunqagaykun kanana el swama sulbaqa heqa zabika hukumaj nawguji wannuqa swama nawqa heqa faqaquqa neqiga ki hanye en yaga guga kuna laqsa ku kia pega pana hanye e nuqsuzwa ekiga hen ijbi qadzabika.
Eswama means place of authority. The Kogui believe that's how nature operates. Eswamas in the mountain have direct linkage to places on the shore. The Kogui told me before about token objects they exchanged between the mountain and the shore, but I'd thought this was symbolic.
Nasahai Yubakaja Nosus Gapeka Zabi Habahanga Kasaga Aluna Shudamas Kawashi Guna Peka Zabi Gunga. Nasigiki Eni Sugi is also no Guchaka Eni Shulamana Jigonegateka Loka. Sigiki Nas Ekinana Sugi is in Suleel Kaloka.
Higa hinga Aluna hangote hika zingaju nuka hangote.
Mixing the burned, crushed shells with water produces lime. That makes a paste in their mouths that Kogui men say connects them to the source of life. That paste is rubbed off the stick onto the top of the sugi.
Nogana Twajawa, the Swinuka a begetek logacheke, Aluna any Shudama Gagun, Nogana Twai, the Sukaluka, Kaltamba a go take Church Shulama Kalte, Akajuka go take a luka.
Any a no nation point a suki. How they could chasing kill Noxi, Noxi. Guchakika nuka wakwadika kuka zuka achakwadika kuka khanjige bazingaji nukachi nokshi
I kiss one cut. I want to have no guy. I have a Kamata again.
Maybe in the Kinal Gwine. Dobakose could gwine, washing Hade Yo Katsabi Hanane. Nay Hina Nazi Kayaki Maybe Akashangopana, Akipana, Nuk Ton Akachake, Kanapana, Guha.
Nasinga kihnya bega tsena nene au
Agwa
ga tagatai josen ga bichakai
Amakhina Tiga Tabachaka Miaje Sadi Nokatunk Konki Mokwak Verde Ki
Ay namag na dajamag je enka ay ama hanashamag nakhe ay qakwamag nakhe twa iznaka ay snahanguna na yiganadaki ay nagna ay ama qawish ko to ka iznaka chinana na lakane aqay enki hiki ne agogen aqane na lakane to ki.
Why they want younger brother to see this? What is the point? What do you think younger brother will... How will this change younger brother? I don't understand.
To guche ay ungwe kana denki to ay kiget eki akoje a chiget to ay gwabash gabani gabanam ne kage kiget heki sha ko khagba qalga arminga kinani adanya de tongshanga zunga tsakhe ay nu sajinga ne mi haba ne gwa kwamak she ekiget ekia ko khaga gwa ko de jini kisaki ko da kwaji eji au khazik wa she ne la kana hangwina tongshangwa kada.
I just can't see that what happens to one specific site is echoed in another miles away. But the mamas say understanding that is the key to healing the world. Dr. Camilo, you have been working as a doctor in the Sierra for many years. You have got to know the Kogui very well. You've learned a good deal about them, I think.
Desde hace unos 35 años.
Are there things that you have seen a mama or mamas do that you have thought only a mama could do that?
Sí. Por ejemplo, hay un ejemplo que es la cuenca del río Huachaca, que fue una cuenca que fue deforestada por los cultivos ilícitos, después la ganadería se acabó prácticamente, hasta que se las entregaron al cuidado de los indígenas. Y no hace mucho, eso hace 20 años. Hoy en día, caminar uno en esa cuenca es una cosa completamente diferente a como era en ese entonces, que eran potreros, los ríos secándose. Hoy en día son bosques, animales otra vez hay en cantidad, el agua. Son cosas sorprendentes. El problema es que no son consecuencias inmediatas.
Jacinto, what is the plan for today's filming? What do you want to do?
Si vamos allá en ese sitio, los mamos van a estar conectados con los sitios sagrados de la parte alta.
I'm sure all this is very interesting for you. I thought that we were the Kogui wanted to explain that the world is dying because of our actions, and they wanted to make this plain and clear at certain sites along the Black Line. So far, I have seen nothing to indicate that the world is suffering or the world is dying. I have seen nothing to indicate that what happens at these places on the Black Line has anything to do with the health of the world.
Y entonces de pronto ahora yo les voy a decir a ellos que cada uno ponga sus yatcos para consultar, porque esa es la acción que tenemos que demostrar que sí, verdaderamente tenemos conexión con la naturaleza.
I agree that it would be a good idea for the mamas to consult and think more about what they're doing and consider how they communicate with us, because they need to show to us that they actually do have something to say. To show that places on the coast are connected to places higher up and directly affect them, we really have to go up the mountain and see the connection.
The lakes that are found high in the mountains are linked to the sea.
Bubbles appear
in the water, and the bubbles make the connection. That is how we communicate with the lakes and the sea, and with the mother. The waters speak.
The waters speak.
Inagani khadjigash inahi finajikana ji amagba tum khagujik nan mai ko mujigba abanu udin gujikana abanu udin gujikanja nadagali nakka khaygan koy alen toguna habaza qatobal heykizna kuwanki nani koyaga yabazin kwa khadjiga ay hakiga taji zna konne to na lagali nak hay amaqbayka ite nawni nani ne to lo jiba ko to bala kinu kha abayan gu haba hangu gaw na manja ay awan yakbay nan gonne na manja nam مولاتو موزيكا باش قباش كوا شوي أتشا من قدي يا
I'm sorry, but the bubbles don't speak to us. We have to see the connection within this one. Jacinto, ¿qué hay? What is our first possible date for going up the mountain?
Y entonces, última hora, vimos, hay unos grupos ilegales en la Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta. Ya saben que van a subir unos grupos de gente extranjera. Entonces es muy peligroso para nosotros.
Right. Obviously, we must cancel. We can't take the risk of going anywhere dangerous. How long will it take him to get up there, find things out, come back down again? We dare not fly up the mountain, even though we have a helicopter for the day.
ويا خوا انشي ايزو كيبو دمينا لاتي نغنى تشسان كذا مربطاتشي ايزاتشي مقلاتشي لاكوتشي اي ويا خوا زاجمي اي اغات مهنجين غاكي تدوى بعدين شو هنوتنو وشكتو كتو زي خدزيقاي جانغوا كي وكودو كينكي زاديموتشي
The indigenous tribes are so alarmed that they walked for days from communities on the world's highest coastal mountain to reach this site on the shore. Developers have dug a trench to drain the lagoons here. mangrove swamps teeming with life. The construction company says that building a port here is necessary for Colombia's growing mining industry and will create 5,000 new jobs.
Es un plano del esquema de ordenamiento territorial del municipio de Bulla. El sitio que ellos llaman Juculba está a 12 kilómetros del occidente de esta línea. Aquí no existen zonas de pagamento, no existen comunidades indígenas.
Usted que no conoce, nosotros somos dueños, estamos reclamando. ¿Y qué hacen?
Bueno.
De años no, de 500 años por allá.
Yo lo respeto inmensamente.
أما هنقول وتصلني جازم يخبرك بعد وتشغزنك ني خلاشاني ناخذك مرتلاشاني ناخذك قاقشاتاشاني ناخذك نغلا بعد Hawas gato na kang kamang. Bunay na hay cookie.
Ni khawinjen hagle khay mama khazza binga gugale khane ni ai hawa khagi sunga ne hi ni atol sam khale appa. Alengo kocha gugu kide.
¿Por qué estamos acá?
Izune na dan ni khada gatana ni man ahu khakut mo ko naki ni nafshaqti ha zagwasha naski hekinu khana malay tun sai shize akaygi zagasha heki kaga hai hata koi mele mijia huji migaganga Kagen mitsigwa kushija shuija tua. Ngocha sai matu enjini ni zaba tukane hinak shia nalzgana. Haki.
Well, it's a beautiful day down here on the coast of Colombia, and behind me there's the snow visible on the mountain peaks of the Sierra Nevada. And it seems that the guerrillas have melted away like snowmen. The army is saying that they'll fly us up. The only problem is, this is the third day we've been waiting for the army helicopter because the weather has been lousy. So, our schedule's fallen apart. We're not at all sure what we're doing or how we continue. We hope that a helicopter is going to turn up today. It looks very good here, but apparently the weather where the helicopter is taking off from isn't so good. So, we'll see what happens.
nothing else to do, the mamas have time for a Caribbean beach party. But they also consult the bubbles.
Wachakas kaha. Aina. Heka hakiwan heka hulunit heka. Mkwai. Ya enga hokatukwa hokajahuka gunay. Nature. Habaga kutuka. Tsakangi hitchi haba.
Mamas have restored the forest upriver, but at the estuaries, professionals are in charge.
Aman, I would like you to explain to the mama what your view is of damage to the river estuaries.
Yo soy biólogo y toda mi vida trabajé con peces de agua dulce. Los ríos sí son como una unidad, pero es una unidad que fluye, que se mueve, pero se mueve en una dirección. Y hay ciertos efectos que son muy claros, de arriba a abajo, pero hay otros que son mucho menos claros de abajo a arriba. ¿Por qué? Porque no hay ninguna circunstancia que traslade ese efecto hacia arriba. El efecto hacia abajo es lógico, lo traslada el agua. Entonces, muchas cosas, la erosión, la deforestación, las partes altas, tienen efectos sobre las partes bajas, pero lo contrario no es muy evidente. Es más, no es evidente desde un punto de vista.
Hekilak tunku şittiyajane çunakse meyli jawan şittiyajane çunakse hiya az şittiyanga gune habaha nagainga gugatwa heki akupane ne kizagasha to nasıl ki tola çakmak nasıl tola çakmak hen şittiyajane to jigabiyak kavdaki ezo niulo kiga akone ataka ha kuyi naga kiga kuya ben enşnaqe tarba washin jirlame ki he arwenana Je vais avec nous. Et un moment, tu es jeune, je suis couché de ça, gacha. Et qui est toi? Ni carrément, qui est là. Kaga. Ou à Japonaïk. Ou à Kajani American. Et Chatchadi n'a pas de on s'est dit, avec un gamigan, mais il est à Khamam, ou Chanchir, c'est rien.
Bueno, pero no explicó en qué forma ocurre. Es decir, la conexión de las lagunas de arriba a las de abajo es obvia. El agua corre hacia abajo y el agua lleva cosas. Pero, ¿qué lleva las cosas de vuelta de las lagunas de abajo a las de arriba?
Bueno, fue sin que van, fue hay que viajana, hay que guananar viajana, como de tu no callas no na. Una gente es que mexe. Saki nazi nalaki. Mi hanzi geigaha. Ni khada zeguha mi hanzi ni ranki hay huyardok. Mi hanzi zeni ranki ni hay aleng tunkaki mi hanzi jini ni zabi ratocha hay haba kijuka huya hawa shenta abuje baka abuje gatse ijogen. Hay ni ranki hay sopak panu kani ranki atami miyan kageiga shaha haba kijuka kaiga hayne aleng kaiga abuga no gini china dini ke he ki mijel no hanak bone no ge eka hui guga kaka gitin gaimi kahui je kabaka hui je tuba gitingo gucha vengar de gejak
nel de gedes na angwak nas ekna de tunsh ek ma tunsh nich zela jagon ay khiba shudama ga kula jama gucha mashi kinasin ay khiba jahe zingahana ki uta saynuqa ay khalta guiza chaki música ba jazir dula shaki ijay música ba hin
shina naljen ay hay sayjoy ay hen sahiqa ni boy Zadimai, hay kaishan ka, ye, chi sankada. Inung kanya kecek ay sopak bakwe, aban yusuni, atau badan syuha, aban yusuni nagna, hanyut cihaba, nagbetenuk. Anh chỉ có vật chất, ngoni, compagnia casa que aqua, ele carrucudo que aqua. Wango to hanki, yahe iza kagukhani, chakaba hani suni sopa hayar bakwe. Ni watema, arbakwe. Haba hanandula shika, arbakwade. Fangas, hanya kawan kini aksha. Ngoi hanya kangwa. Ah. No. Alang, belegele hen, mi ben kokahnya. Bocor saya mah tuh hen. Ang naikamin ko ay ahi habak agi sa panan ba wen kana he mayan yikan ay nay hatan yaraksu ha ni khagwanan ni khawane ya he ek alusani ne he henan alusani ne henan asanji ne zananak asanji ne kanan gojeznak ya wachhiyanat Anh hin panane, bocah hikiga, anh gang bocah na nakwale.
Wakhamai naniki gulama dolajer shamichik, nasinki hanyumbana dolajer shachik. Nogana hai kigba kagi mai no ichik lokaki hanyugang chik shulama eni habana dolajer shihi. Kalok.
Gunene hina nazi miluka akaitua, iskwazinga kalukane, hina nazi sinazi kana hina nazi. Nakaiki chunagze. Gunene kagamailis aki imam ikwazi to hakina gozi chunagze.
Habas ni gila kay bagshinkin na chak ni gitsa. Laklaya nang ko hasa man ay. Ko gading si atawas kun ka. Ni kay dogge kay khan. Nasi. Ake nama kya. Wa ka sin ta ka hin wi ki me gitsi a ki ci ga ku wa ka ga ka ya ga.
Di lukinan, nugak ne, ay swama, say nak ne, wakahinang natin kinadaki, hay. Hingi, ay nakaday na, ay kay iyo kazikwe, hingi, nakaday, ay kalga inyen dulashin, kalga ika, Seniga kalga, ariwacha kalga, namihui nauka. Ay kakte, hay mayagati dulas chakay kakte. Dulasha, nigni khadika, nuksuza ulak, hay nazgi kukwa, haday hanin kahihana. Huwisku khagay, ay khagay.
Saki ay mi que via con el aquí. Ay zuqabalazira na uni hubaleti mawalde migabiak. Ave nuqama qudira ki huzi mayate piaba migabiapana shqagakwe. Aini magazahecha guapanejan Eizo Aluna muleto guiaba migabeina. Casa huaba ztana ainuja ijik ztu azheita guaco. Eja azheita makochiga ganuja uni ztu guchiga kai guino y chengsha shibala manaku sha guin guaco uni ztu guasanze. Eikimi halige togechiga gakwa aituhin jawa zana na migahon gwajini ni aiga ma hauhajiraya na lagale sai mon taize ga cigarna ni ha miya tune na zaka aina hau ay katoñi ma ulok sha gwehanki sai kugwa sahanga ba sumi mi ga hongo jiniki mi awati enyi mabe ay kimi halaishi enyi joshinga magaza haicha gotugo chigarna ya gako isabi makodira yaga tiya nawa jawa henyi kuhazi mnukama kodini jini na hubadaji magaza haicha gotugo Aini jini ay hubadaji nagazahacha gugale nale aini jini askaita wala charles na kanuse maninga nistunku na legaki uba abu chigabanga uba najishanu kha na wachiga aikigo to gachiga achaganu mama hai Nayatai no katungo juga inale inki hi kiga tsine ngwe kha nan kapana chiga saki jini inki makako ine ubang na kan naklay
Well, this is the third night of our 2-day visit to the Siswama. We're not quite sure why we're still here. We needed to move on, and to do that we needed mules and a helicopter. Mules to carry food and baggage, and a helicopter to carry the camera equipment. We got the mules. We didn't get the helicopter, and we don't know why. We have satellite phones, but they're not really working. All that we can do is receive text messages.
Why does your phone say it's 1728? Have you noticed that?
And so far we have had 2. We believe they come from somewhere in the 21st century, but they are a bit mysterious. We got a text message this morning which said that the helicopter was about to take off. That was at 8:30 this morning. We waited, and we're still waiting. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Ahang nazun kajo nagasalguan Washington kohen nuabi kwai. Nabulo enye ki mushinga ungu kalga. mureto geha ya uchi joni nesum kan tsugon to sai matu enye akanga enye akuhangu hana shasha to achipana panangomine hiki zaigarnu Henny me hen any tanan en yahbunan ekizabtu. En yahbunan ekizabtu. No, bueno. Uche santamanta ay ni atuqa tuhanka atuqa buqam man yahbunan. Hen yahbunan. Neche sankadan ganya gata ki kharbeziko. Doy mu koy khaqteno ganya agata ki kharbeziko. Sebenarnya makan dosen berit. Terus saya ngotot it. Astagfirullah. Waktu ya sekigu hen tu iya ajikannya. Haring koyo atau ya. Hai kegalanya ni miaki kanagem. Saya kata macam tu. Angna ang kakut katung. Pak kaji hai aji kepanan nak ustadi kana pengkat tu benar ni. Kaji nelaji ni pakun kan luar orang kasih dak waktu bal. Ya. Mana. Ana kerja yang gua.
The Kogui say that damage at the bottom of the rivers, at the river mouths, affects the system up here. Do you believe that?
No creo, sé, porque todo lo que puedes hacer a un ecosistema arriba afecta el funcionamiento de abajo, y lo que funciona abajo también, como están actuando, afecta el funcionamiento de arriba. En este lago está cambiando la vegetación. Han sembrado especies de otros países, eucaliptos, cipreses, alrededor de la laguna. Esta vegetación evapora rápidamente el agua y afecta y compite con las especies de niebla. Estas nubes que llegan de las vertientes enfrían el agua y la condensan y escurre por los troncos y se acumulan en las rocas. Estas rocas son rocas madre, rocas de arenas que acumulan el agua como una esponja y sueltan esa agua abajo en las vertientes. Vemos que no solamente los ríos son entes muertos, son entes que están relacionándose con la fauna, con las aves, todo el proceso de dispersión de semillas, por ejemplo, se da de arriba abajo y de abajo arriba. También todo el tema de algunas especies que no sabemos por qué se encuentran arriba, como por ejemplo peces en las zonas de lagunas. Muchas veces se ha visto por trabajos que están asociados a migraciones de aves que llevan huevos de pescados en sus alas. Es por eso que en muchos países, por ejemplo como España, estas teorías han cambiado la forma de funcionar. Especialmente se están desarrollando trabajos para descanalizar los ríos que han sido canalizados en las partes bajas para mejorar el funcionamiento de los acuíferos en las partes altas.
It was beginning to fit together, and we'd had some good news. A world leader in marine biology had actually arrived on the coast to look at the sites and meet the mummers.
Well, one of the things that I'm very interested in is the way in which the Kogui view the natural world.
The Kogui talk in quite a mystical way about the connections between the sea, the rivers, the lakes, the land. I can't see how that makes sense to a scientist.
Well, it makes a huge amount of sense, particularly here on the northern coast of Colombia. The Kogui talk about threads between these systems. Effectively, those systems really are very strongly connected. All along this coast, the development has disrupted the flow of water from the land towards the sea. And this has caused big problems in the whole area. Because of the very high evaporation caused by the heat, you end up with very large quantities of salt in the ground, which often kills the vegetation. Along this stretch of coastline in Colombia, you almost have in microcosm what is happening elsewhere in the Caribbean and also elsewhere on the planet. They're viewed that all these activities are really having a serious impact at a larger scale are quite right.
Yabe, naz, sugi game hen zabla chen hen ganga no wanga zabla chen hun weka gatan chen kike je kwan. Nga kaya carbon ay ayo khani je ko. Agna ko ya pa gapan.
A eso, esta operación hacemos nosotros, andamos vaqueando. Bueno, ya sacamos la olla esta, se le saca la tierra, así.
Un huesca zalguanga, me saca zalguanga. Zalguanga, kagaba, hanna. Kogui gets haba isha no khajang ategwan. Hayenak ekiga kwana. Nukane kaga kawnjin he. Guha. Mailig nuak nabagisa hanchak zagaja kakotwa. Kagaba washikia ganak.
Enterradas. No, para topar una prenda de esas, ahí es que trabajar por lo menos 4, 5, 6 meses para de pronto topar una prenda de esas. Y eso estando muy de buena para toparla. Y si no, no topa nada. Saca por ahí pollitas y otras cosas, pero el oro es trabajoso ya. Pero para ellos sí representa mucho. Porque eso es de los antepasados de ellos. Los legítimos dueños de esas prendas son ellos. No son los particulares. Pero como todo en la vida es trabajo, uno la busca para poder sobrevivir.
Naski gitse amagay gitse tola chekton ga kugay na kagaba gwashi ay gizan ga kugay jan na bachak ma ni kamalesh ama makka ma gawm de jihi kagaba gwashi kya bayna nagale guttam il khashana wa jamil qada ay ki nas tola chek kuki gitse nen shanga kugay jan na bayn qahana na nagwe.
No, pues yo al mamo le diría que a nosotros pues que nos disculpe.
Ay min waq ay ki waq akwaz naqa akhanke hadi nahi hadi qagir je kwalinga ay qasnga khakku je kwana nqana nalaqs twasalina أقاي اللين شامي هنجي أكيها هذا أكون قلقنا جتشقطوا ميا جي قيا جي كل قصنو ما نجي كو هنقول قلنا أسبوعنا ميجرنا.
Bueno, para mí, las guacamayas han dicho es por la destrucción de la naturaleza, que ya ellas no tienen a dónde sobrevivir, no tienen un paradero para llegar. Aquí hay un bosque para llegar, donde hayan semillas para ellas comer. Para mí es eso. Yo creo que por el asunto de la huaca no.
Hello, Alan. How are you?
Okay, fine. We've just managed to log on to Skype. You can hear us?
Yes, we can hear you, and please send my greetings from the Zoological Society of London.
نرد لمخشخهم وبميلين قوي وانا انكي صينا لنكي النباء أكن قانا عيني النباء أتى أجيت نقا وننقني كان ناوقا جيكو خميلنا أوقا نقا تلققبا.
In conservation, we have a problem because we tend to conserve an area without much thought to the special places in a geological time scale. So for species, there are areas that are like a refuge, which through geologic time have been extremely important for them to survive. And on the short term, we may remove these areas, and there may be no big effect. But in the long term, through history, the species can't persist when those special zones have disappeared. So in many ways, we're looking for much the same thing, is to understand where exactly these special sites are. We have to better understand connectivity, and right now we have a very basic understanding of how things interact and affect each other. And I believe that this is essential for our future security, to understand these special sites, to ensure that they're conserved.
Jonathan,
yes.
I want to try moving the computer to another location while we continue talking, if that's all right. See if it works any better. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you fine.
The connection seems to be holding, and when I turn the computer around, you may be able to see the dolphins leaping, which are paying attention to this conversation, taking some degree of interest.
Well, it's an important one.
It is very extraordinary to hear that these kind of origin sites that the Indians are talking about make sense to you as well.
This will come as a surprise, certainly comes as a surprise to me, and I think will come as a surprise to a lot of people.
I don't find it such a surprise, really, though. I mean, people living with nature understand a lot more about it, obviously, than a world that has become much and really disconnected from it. Living with nature, you realize that certain species have certain strongholds or certain refuge areas that are essential to them. They're telling us something from their experience, which we should easily recognize, but for some reason we find it very difficult. And I think it's very important to have that message. And they're the ones that are going to know these particular areas in the forest that will be important for the long-term survival of species. So I think we have much to learn from them.
The final estuary, the final place to lay the thread, Ciénaga Grande, the Great Lagoon.
Pakuana, Ochakina Mukwai, Dia Hasha Panane, Ahanki Aya de Gade, Hekamaya Den Kanane, Ochaka, and Subai Kazi Pakuana and Kanye.
I think this really illustrates the Kogui concept of threads between different parts of this ecosystem.
Okay.
Kasa kajini shulama shi sai kajini zinkawashe gun. Gunene kaiga haba hai tu na kuchik khanate. Nogana kaiga jiu hai tu na gunkal.
Gold does not decay.
Does not decay. Eswamas were dressed in gold.
Eswamas were dressed in gold. Now it is wealth.
Now it is wealth and has all been plundered. This was the material bridge to life, vitalizing the water. The Eswamas are stripped. The water dries out. How will we live?
I thought the journey was over. But now the mamas took over the filming, simply saying that without hope, all this would be pointless.
Azkaitaki nadaki. Ikiga bakarga bonga.
I thought this was the mamas' journey, and I would film what happened to them. But in fact, they were taking me on a journey. They see a possibility of hope if we listen.